pastors, under the pressure of the pastorate, tend to burn up or blow up or bail out somewhere along the line. The failure rate is pretty startling. It's not just in evangelicalism or Anglicanism. This is really across the board in pastoral life. So it's a systemic thing to the churches. And a lot of people in the churches are saying, why is that happening? Why does that have to happen? Or does that have to happen? Or can't we help our leaders be more deeply grounded in Jesus in a way that's more resilient under the pressures of pastoral life? So there's a lot of people, I think, who are knocking on this door and hungry for that. And that hunger has been very evident here in this conference. It's wonderful to see.
I took over this church 1.5 years ago, and so it's been kind of 1.5 years of figuring things out, and just kind of chaos. And so to take a break from that and listen to other rectors talk and learning from them, it was just a breath of fresh air.
RSVP is an opportunity for the great talented rectors that we have in our church to come together and get away, think through their personal life, think through their professional life, and tie it together with a vision for what they want to do with their ministry and do some thinking and some planning together.
This is a sharing and learning community, and that word sharing, I think, is really important because it connotes not just an exchange of information, but a face-to-face collaboration, sharing from our hearts. As one person said, the best practices, the materials we've seen are of value because I can put a face, to that white paper, to that membership covenant, to that premarital preparation manual.
It wasn't a seminary class of learning new information, but it was about collaborative efforts among pastors and just speaking about what's working and what's not working in their churches.
What we've covered this week is what I work on every week at home, whether it's budget, staffing, demographics, how do we deal with the secular issues that are invading the culture and the church, how do we keep our souls guarded and continue to grow in Christ ourselves while discipling others, and how do we do that best? All of those things we've been talking about this week, and those are things that I stay awake at night thinking about.
I was really blessed by how open-handed and generous all of the rectors here were. There was none of that kind of competitive, my church is big kind of thing. Everybody was really willing to share with each other and be vulnerable with each other and learn from each other. Just a really beautiful spirit of camaraderie, and I really appreciated that.
The hope for this Rector's Summit for me personally was, okay, what are those things I need to identify in my own leadership that needs to be adjusted and changed? And so I guess the surprise is, yeah, there are many more than I thought. And that's both unsettling and an opportunity for deeper prayer on my own knees. So the longer I'm a leader, the more I realize there are just things I don't know.
It's been a great time for rectors to talk to rectors.
The small group time was very, very rich for me. I was with some gentlemen who have been priests for a very long time and have done a lot of pastoral work, and they were so open and kind and really listening, and it was real deep fellowship very quickly, and for me that was really important.
It seems like there's a real hunger among my peers for people who want to learn how to live life differently for the sake of Jesus, more deeply rooted and more deeply alive in Him, and there's a real hunger for that. I'm really glad to see that.
This gathering that we've had, maybe even a movement, is part of reforming and building up the most healthy, robust, missional Anglican church in North America that we can have.